Hey, going folk, welcome back. It's that moment of the week I look forward to. Couple boxes, $50. Whoa, if I don't drop it, bust into them, see what you might have inside. I spoke with a couple of my banks this week when I was dropping off and picking up stuff, and just to see what they had heard on ordering boxes of pennies, and both of them had said that they had recently got communication that they need to start kind of limiting what they were doing with them. So I kept hearing from people that was happening, but up until this week, I hadn't really got any communication from my banks, and I don't know what the heck this tarnished one up is. It looks like something from the 90s, I think. But no silver enders jumping out at us. Lots of circulating. Just a few newer enders by the looks of it. So looks like it's pretty similar to what we've been hunting. So we'll jump in, find out. Let's go. On roll 10 here, box 1. And if you watch my videos, you've definitely seen this already. But it's fine. So we're stopping and looking at it. It's 2024 DDR number 1 on the $50. You got doubling up inside the wing, on the ribbon, and the kind of on all three levels. It's real light up top, and then a little heavier, and then also some pretty nice doubling on the snake and the eagle's mouth there. So these must have been dropped fairly heavily in our area, or my area, I guess. So come across any more, I'll just kind of stack them up and count them at recaps. But for now, we're just going to keep on moving. There wasn't anything super heavy. I think like the heaviest roll in either box was like 226.4 or something. There was at least 3 that were fairly light, like under 225. So that was kind of strange. But so who knows? We might find some odd foreign stuff, or maybe just some light planches. Who knows? But we're going to keep on moving and hopefully find some good stuff. So let's go find out. Roll 14 gives us a 2014 Denver NIFC. First NIFC out of the box. So we'll just figured I'd bring you in for that. Any more, just like that DDR we looked at, we'll just stack them up and recap them. But for now, more coins. Back on roll 19 here. Got another 24 Philly under the scope with a different double die reverse. Got a little doubling up here on the top of the wing, under the ribbon there, and on the bottom, on the snake and the eagle's mouth. A bit right in the curl of the eagle's beak there, and just a tiny little bit over here under the side of the ribbon. And I think that was all that I saw. So this one isn't listed, but still a little double die for us. So it looks like maybe a little on the back side of the 1 star there as well. Hadn't noticed that till just now. So we'll take it, keep on moving, and see what else we get. Roll 22 here. Got yet another 2024 under the scope with a different DDR. Just a touch of doubling right on the edge of the eagle's wing there up towards the top. And some pretty nice doubling. Probably the most extreme doubling I found on the snake kind of right here and up towards that end. And possibly a little right on the tip of the beak there as well on the underside. So we'll take that. I'm not seeing any doubling anywhere else on it. So I guess that's about it on it. Well, I guess a little bit up here on the top of the wing as well. So very similar to the other double dies we've been looking at, but just a little bit different. So figured we'd take a look and keep on moving now on to roll 23. So we wrapped up first half of box 1 here. Just a few finds we hadn't looked at already. We had 5 more NIFCs. The unfortunate part is this guy right here. Like, I just knew that I'd seen it before, and I'm right. because I found it 3 weeks ago. I had to go pull up the video. I knew not so much from the obverse, but I remembered the reverse being that ugly. So we found another NIFC that we had found and ditched before, so that's not a great thing. So these coins have definitely circulated because we pick up and drop off at banks that use different armored car services. So, but they've definitely been mixed in because we had 6 more plus the one we had already found of the 24 DDR number ones, and then we have one more of those 24 DDRs, the second one that we looked at that was unlisted. So, but anyways, that's it on the half a box one. Nothing super interesting outside of finding this coin again, but hopefully it gets a little bit better on the second half. So keep on moving and find out, I guess. So let's go. Back on roll 34 here, got a 23 Philly under the scope. You might notice by the mint mark, we got ourselves that nice DDO from 23, DDO number 1. You can see it there in trust, throughout the date a little bit, mint mark, and sticks out the most over here on IN of NCOD. So, been a minute since we found one of these. We'll take another one for sure. And keep on moving, see what else we can get. So, let's go. Well, we wrapped up box 1 here as the motorcycle speeds by outside. Only thing we hadn't looked at thus far was one more NIFC. If I can get it to focus. 2008 Philly. Now that I'm looking at it, no, it's not. I thought it might be a satin finish. Looking at it through the lens, but just a regular one. So that's the only other thing we had that we hadn't looked at out of box 1 yet. So we're gonna move on to box 2 and see what else we can get. Hopefully a little silver hiding in there, but you never know. So let's go find out. Well, different box, same finds. Roll number 3, got a 2024 Philly DDR number 1. Same one we looked at in box 1. Or one of the ones I guess we looked at in box 1. The doubling on the inside part of the wing here, the snake, and the ribbon, all 3 layers there. So, looks like there might be some more in this box. Wonder if they got packed out close to last week's boxes. Got the same kind of die file lines all in the field behind. So might end up running into a handful more of these along the way. So I'll just stack them up and recap them. But for now, we're going to keep on moving. Well, I didn't mark them, the lightweight rolls, but this might have very well been one of them because this guy stood out doing a little shuffle in the hands just by sound. You could tell it was a little bit off, and it is considerably underweight, almost a full gram underweight. Likely just a rolled thin planchet. No magic coin, nothing like that. Just a thin planchet. Found a few of these in the recent hunt, so just figured I'd share. Since we ain't had a whole heck of a lot going on. We've had some finds, but nothing crazy. So we got a few more rolls to go, though. So hopefully there is something crazy. Let's go find out. Back on roll 11 here. Completely missed it by the edge. And nearly completely missed it overall. But this ugly fella is actually a proof. You can see just a little tiny bit of reflectivity in the fields there. Catch it in just the right light. She's been floating around out there a long time. Almost no proof-like look to it, but it is a proof, so we'll take it. Filthy edge, beat up coin, but it's a proof, so it's a find. So we're gonna keep on moving and hopefully get a little bit better. So let's go find out. On roll 24 here, got 83 Philly under the scope. It's not super strong, but it's got faint remnants of a clash on it. You can see a couple lines up here underneath the bust. And then underneath the chin as well. And then this little kind of zigzag line in front of his lips. That's actually the the outline of the wings there. It doesn't show up super great, but it's been a while since we found a clash. You can see a little evidence up there on the bridge of the nose as well. Nothing really out in the field in front of his forehead, but it's a little bit of a clash. We used to find these quite often, nice clashes, but this is about as best we've found clash-wise in quite some time. So, and just so we don't have to stop, we have found 18 more of the 24 Philly DDR number ones in the box. There's been a ton of 24s in the box. I had one roll that was probably like 80% 24, so this may be all we're finding in this hunt. So who knows? We're gonna keep on moving, finish up the rest of this roll and last one of the first half, and I probably won't stop for a wrap up there. I'll just move on to the second half, so I'll bring you in as soon as we got something to look at. Well, we wrapped up our hunt here. Got just a little wrap up to go through. Along the way, we have 5 more NIFCs, giving us a total of 12 for the hunt. We had our 1 lightweight planchet, 83 with a little clash on it. Our 1 doll as heck proof, a little 1990 proof. We had the 1 23 DDO number 1. We had 2 more of the 24 DDR number 2 or DDR number 1s, giving us a total of 28 of them for the hunt. And then we had a total of 4 of the unlisted DDR on the 24, the better of the others that we looked at. So that's it for the hunt. No silver this week, but as far as quantity, we had a decent amount of finds. So I can't be mad. And all we can do is move on to the next one and hope for some silver there. But as far as other stuff, we had a pretty good amount of finds. So we will take it and keep on moving. So that's it, folks. Good luck on your hunts. And we will move on to whatever we do next, whatever that is. I don't know. I was trying to think of it as I was talking here, but I'm not sure what it'll be. So it'll be a surprise to us both. Peace.